Hey, it's Superman's birthday and this is February 29th, 2016. Hey there, and welcome to Bee Things. Today we're going to talk about Leap Day. Now, if you're like me, Leap Day is something that's this really cool, interesting thing, but that also seems just completely arbitrary and weird. It's like, why do we have an extra day that only comes up every 4 years? It doesn't make sense. Well, actually it does, because you see, the Earth doesn't take just 365 days to go around the sun. Actually, it takes 365.2425 days to go around the sun. Because 0.2425 is about a quarter of a day, after 4 years you end up being an entire day off from how you were before. If that goes on for 125 years, give or take a few decimal places, you suddenly find that you're an entire month off from where you started. To explain why this is a problem, let's go to a diagram. As you can see, we have a diagram here that is of a night sky, a kind of night sky. We have the Earth, this ball of yarn, the sun, which is this pomelo, and we have 12 constellations that are representative of what would be in the night sky each month. We have Stitch as a Sith Lord, Rey from the new Star Wars movie, Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise, we have Batman, we have Captain Marvel, because she's awesome, a Dalek, the Starbuck constellation, the Seventh Doctor, the Worf constellation, Frodo over there is the Spider-Woman constellation, the Spider-Man constellation, the Supergirl constellation, she's here to help celebrate her cousin's birthday, and we're back to the Stitch constellation. Now say you start a year. The Earth is centered between Stitch's ears. You go around once, and after 365 days, you're slightly off. Then you go around another time, you're slightly off again. You do that over and over again, and after those 125 years, suddenly you find that you're over the Supergirl constellation on January 1st. That's crazy. Now this can cause a problem for many things, including agriculture. Way back when, a farmer would just tell their kid, when you're under constellation Batman, plant your food. When you're under constellation Worf, harvest your food. It would be as easy as that, and there would be none of this confusion. But the great thing about humanity is that we write things down. We are able to pass things on beyond just the next generation. And that means that knowledge can be kept precisely. You don't have to rely on the hearsay. You don't have to hope that the son or daughter remembers what their parent told them about when to plant their grain. In order to help then, calendars were invented, and boy were there a lot of them. In the Roman Empire, the Julian calendar was used, named after Julius Caesar, who kind of liked naming things after himself. Unfortunately, the Julian calendar wasn't perfect at compensating for this discrepancy of not being exactly 365 days in a year. So, in 1582, Pope Gregory XIII introduced the Gregorian calendar, which is what we still use today. With this calendar, you would add an extra day to February every 4 years. However, in years divisible by 100 and not 400, you would not have a leap day. This is because, if you remember, it takes the Earth an extra 0.2425 days to go completely around the sun, not an extra 0.25 days. The fact that this is slightly less than a whole quarter of a day means that over the course of 400 years, we would have an extra 3 days added to our calendar, which would again cause a problem. The solution is that every 100 years not divisible by 4, you don't get a leap day. This makes it so that we don't have those 3 extra days floating around. And that's why we have leap days. I hope you found this interesting, and if you want to learn more about leap day, you can find links in the description. Also, this first video was on a Monday, so I could talk about leap day on leap day. Starting next week, you can tune in every Wednesday to have a new video from Bee Things. Be seeing you!